Can you believe Apple's sales of affordable iPhones are so low that the company might actually do some drastic things? As yes, it seems the next generation iPhone SE is either very delayed or cancelled, according to trusted sources. The Google Pixel 8 already starts making an appearance when it comes to the camera innovations that are coming, and the European Union just came up with another idea that I feel continues to benefit consumers. I'm Jaime Rivera, and it's about that time when I should start filming this video with a sweater. Like, seriously. This is Pocketnow Daily. There are no official news for today because it's the end of the year, but let's start with the EU and a legislation that could force big changes to the smartphone industry, or should I say, make a big comeback for things that we cared about. And I know it feels like there's a new legislation that we talk about absolutely almost every week, but this is actually good for consumers, so let's discuss it. The latest provisional agreement by the EU could force companies to collect old batteries to reduce e-waste and reintroduce user-replaceable batteries. The EU wants to become more sustainable and reduce its carbon footprint, so forcing manufacturers to bring back user-replaceable batteries would be part of this effort. The regulation would also introduce some new measures, such as collecting batteries and recovering material from them, such as cobalt, lead, lithium, and nickel that could be reused to make new batteries. And listen to this last one. Companies would be required to deal with the collection of them. This legislation would also force the companies to add labels and QR codes that contain information about the batteries, including their capacity, performance, durability, chemical composition, and separate collection symbols. Good luck to all manufacturers if this becomes official, and I already wonder how EV manufacturers are going to handle this. Now let's talk about Google, since we have a new report about a new possible Pro device that's not a phone. Okay, so the Pixel tablet is expected to launch next year, and we have even seen pre-release versions of it on sale, but now, thanks to a report by Kuba, it seems like Google is planning to launch a Pixel Tablet Pro as well. Kuba reported that there is reference in some new camera details to Pixel Tangor Pro, and in the past we've seen details found in the source codes for Pixel Tangor, which corresponds to the Pixel tablet, so it's reasonable to assume that there is a Pro variant in the works. Sadly, this rumor is really fresh, so there's nothing really specific about what to expect. If anything, I'd say it's safe to assume that there's a 1032 here, and instead of a dock Nest Hub functionality, we could expect the Pixel Book approach, and hey, it could even run Chrome OS. It could probably bring a keyboard and stuff like that for productivity. We'll keep you posted as it develops. And speaking of Google, what would the end of the year be without Pixel 8 rumors? Like, seriously. We have new details already emerging, and as expected, they focus on the camera. Listen, Google phones were among the pioneers to support HDR+ photography, and well, it seems that they're ready to take things one step further. According to the report from Kuba, the source code for the Camera Go application shows that 2023 Pixels use staggered HDR, which is a solution that allows the sensor to capture different exposures simultaneously with the same pixels, making it better than normal HDR. It also is better because it manages to achieve the same effect in less time without blurring what happens if the device moves while taking a shot, as currently it takes different photo exposures. The current Pixel 7 series uses ISOCELL GN1 sensors, but the camera chip Samsung makes for these does not support staggered HDR. Maybe this hints to what to expect for the next cameras, as we do know that the new ISOCELL GN2 includes advancements in mobile high dynamic range photography. So yeah, the camera on the Pixel devices is currently pretty good, and it's even one of the main selling points for the lineup, but it's cool to see that Google is not just resting in its laurels. And finally, for the most interesting news today, let's talk about iPhone SE, or pretty much Apple's strategy going forward when it comes to less expensive iPhones. According to a new report by Ming-Chi Kuo, Cupertino is planning to either postpone or even cancel the next generation iPhone SE. quote claims that the reason is due to low demand for more affordable iPhones. And yes, you read that right. Other previous reports claim that Apple hasn't been doing well with the current generation of iPhone SE models, and even went as far as significantly cutting production to lower cost and meet demand. Quote reports also mention that low demand is not the only reason why the phone could be canceled. Apparently, the company is worried about full screen designs causing an increase in costs for the customers. I mean, obviously they could just stick to the same design for another year, but I'm sure you can sense my sarcasm. Obviously, raising price tags is not an option since that'll plummet demand further. But anyway, in the best case scenario, Apple would delay the device to 2024, giving them time to think the strategy. Hopefully they bring the mini and just make a little more money out of it. But in today's question, let us know, why do you think less expensive iPhones don't sell? Because in my case, I think it's simple. Apple's less expensive iPhones offer far less features than competitors in a price-driven market. Like, sure, listen, you get the Apple logo in the back, but this is a market that doesn't necessarily care much about brand as they do about getting more for their money. So I really do think that the company just needs to step its game up instead of just rehashing old designs. Unless they're just going to bring back the money, which in that case, I would be totally happy for that. But that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me complain. It's cold. It is so cold that not even the lights are helping. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.